it
No,
finished?
no. It had cut off because it was updating itself.
It's back on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alright, where you guys on?
Okay. So
Yes.
women discover and pursue
One
their
second, let me copy.
Okay.
Welcome to 72 hours.
Say it again.
Building.
Say it again.
With Shea and Trip, I forget that, is that the Harbor, National Harbor Building, is that what it is? You and I think it was, someone else was friends with you or do a show with you, the guy?
No, it was a lady. My assistant is a lady.
No, I think he was on the show with you.
Somebody was on the show with me. I'm not sure.
Y'all do a show together? You Dr. Hatton, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember because you was doing something at Trey and Shepherd's office.
Oh, you mean France. We were doing Four Divas with your interviewing speakers.
Yes, and I was a part of that.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it. That's where you were.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's
Yes.
good to see you.
Good seeing you.
Lawanda Walker.
Hill.
Lawanda Hill.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So welcome to 72 Hours of Power, Lawanda. It's great to have you here. What brings you here today?
Well, I will be speaking, talking about women discovering and pursuing their purpose and helping women really and truly walk into their purpose and step out and not be afraid of doing what they are called to do.
What's the name of your business?
Women walking in their purpose. And, well, that's the academy. My business is Serenity Coaching Alliance.
Got it. So tell us a little bit about what you do and how you can help women find their purpose, because everybody's looking, you know,
Yes.
that's a big deal.
Yes.
What is my purpose? Yeah.
Exactly.
Why am I here?
Why am I here? And basically, I don't think many people really and truly, there are so many people who don't even realize that they have a purpose in the first place. For the main part, we graduate from school or just life circumstances kind of just deal with some stuff, and sometimes we go through and we struggle and we just live trying to make ends meet and do the best we can with what we have. And so often we don't think about purpose, like why am I here? We don't think about that. So we go and get a job. Sometimes it's just the first job I can find, you know, so I can pay bills and meet my needs, take care of my children, provide for my family, or take care of my parents. And so oftentimes we don't think about purpose. And the thing is this is what I like, because I tell people all the time, purpose is like life. Because what purpose does is it brings life into you, but not only that, it gives life to other people.
I like
And
that.
so Jesus said it best when in John 4:34, he says, my meat is to do the will of the Father who sent me. And so at the end of the day, when I think about purpose, it's like, again, like I said, like food, meat.
And it comes
and it gives
natural.
us substance, exactly. And so it helps us to walk in that thing that we're called to do. And so I also like to look at it as a prescription. It's what I'm prescribed to do. And basically, when we look at purpose as food, that gives us life. And not only that, it provides life to other people. When we look at that, we're looking at what really and truly satisfies our strongest desires. And when we have something that satisfies our strongest desires, it's almost like we give out of our overflow. We're able to, give
Instead of giving out of our deficit,
Exactly.
we're depleted. See, that's out of alignment. When you're giving and you walk away depleted,
Exactly.
that's breaking the law of giving and
Exactly.
receiving, because when you give, you're supposed to receive.
Exactly.
That's how we know. See, it's right there clear in plain sight, but when that light is not on, you don't see it that way.
Exactly.
And when we talk about purpose, is it safe to say that your purpose, like you said, flows and comes easy, that thing that comes natural to you.
Exactly.
But how can we miss that? We miss it because it comes so naturally.
Exactly.
And maybe we're addicted to the hard thing.
Exactly. And I think, exactly, because I think we make life complicated for the most
Why
part.
do we do that?
Because I think we think it's supposed to be hard. We're not used to, you know what I'm saying?
Flow and ease.
Exactly. Because a lot of times for many of us, it starts that
Hard. That's a good point.
Exactly. It starts that way. So we think that this is the way it's supposed to be.
And if it's easy, we get scared of it.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I hope that's helping you, viewers, in finding your purpose and embracing who you truly are.
Exactly.
With flow and ease.
Exactly.
Get comfortable with the ease.
Exactly.
Because we can get comfortable with the suffering and the hard things.
Exactly.
And we'll sit in that and be comfortable with
That's
that, right?
Right.
Not even think to change that because that's the way it's supposed to be, right? So it's a mindset shift.
It is.
We have to shift the way we're thinking about our value, about life,
Exactly.
Everything does not have to be hard. We do not have to continue to suffer.
That's right.
We have to step into the flow and ease and get comfortable with being happy.
Exactly.
Get comfortable with having our needs met. Get comfortable with not working so hard and overexerting ourselves and getting nothing in return.
Come on. Exactly.
And
another key thing is self-image. How do we see ourselves? And a lot of times we let people put labels on us. Sometimes, even when we're kids, our parents, mom might say, "You stupid, you just like your daddy." And so we let people put labels on us, and then we grow up with those labels in our mind, and it affects our way of thinking. And so the thing is, but how do you see you? How do you see you? And so at the end of the day, not about how my mom, how my boss, or how nobody else see me. How do I see me? And so regardless of how we've grown up, we know our values. We know our strengths. We know what we're good at.
We can feel that we're greater. See, it's impossible to be great and not feel some kind of indication that this is not normal.
Exactly.
Or not feel uneasy in a toxic situation. Because you're born great, you can't, even in a worse situation, something inside of you is telling you that there's something wrong. And it's okay not to know what's wrong. At least you know that something is wrong.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So we got to pay attention. It's all inward. You got to pay attention. Your body is telling you, out of alignment, out of alignment, out of alignment. Not this, not that, no, yes. But then when it starts saying yes, you get afraid of that.
Come on.
Because of what it's saying yes to. Yes to happiness, yes to abundance, yes to love.
Come on. That's the key.
Yes to love.
That's the key.
We're afraid of that. We're afraid to be, think about it. If you're addicted to suffering when something goes right in your life.
Come on.
You think heaven get ready to crack open like Chicken Little, the sky's falling?
Exactly.
Or something's get ready to happen, you start calling your kids, checking on them?
Right, exactly.
Because you're not used to happiness.
And another thing is that we don't think it could last. So we're afraid to embrace it.
Yeah, you're waiting for it to be a mess.
Exactly.
For it to end.
This is too good to be true. Thank you. This is too good to be true, so I'm not gonna even, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I'm not about to touch
Or we'll
this.
say, okay, I hear you.
Exactly. Or whatever.
Yeah, that's nice. Afraid to say, I like that.
Come on.
You say, yeah, that's nice. Just scared, tiptoeing around it, Don't want to fully embrace it. Don't want to show that you're happy. Put a smile on your face.
Come on.
You're happy. Just say you happy. Stop trying to act like you ain't happy.
That's right. But not only that, we don't realize, and I'm glad you said that, because even with a smile, if I'm walking down the street, right, and I smile, and I smile at someone, what happens?
They're gonna smile back.
They smile back, and we don't realize that we've made an impact in somebody's life.
Sometimes that's the first smile of the day. Sometimes that's the first time they've smiled all day long.
Exactly.
Because we got our head down and we're about our business. Go to the market, pick up the kids. Oh my God, it's lunchtime. Got to get back to work. I got to go to the library. Got to drop up the laundry. Pick up. And we're not paying attention. Thousands of people are passing by you, your opportunities all day long, and you got your head down because you have no expectation.
Come on.
You woke up with no expectation.
Exactly.
You walked out the door with no intention.
Exactly.
Thinking today is yesterday. It's a new day.
Exactly.
You woke up to a new day.
Come on.
And the only way you're going to embrace the potential of that new day is if you change your mindset.
Exactly. And have intention.
Yeah.
And stop letting life happen to us and make things happen.
That's a big one.
Yes.
Allowing life to happen. No, you gotta have courage enough to put your foot in the crack of the door of life and say, It's on my
It's on-
terms
That's
now.
right. I'm having
Stop
life
being
on.
defined
Come on.
by your past and what people want you to do, being defined by the people that are closer to you,
Come on.
afraid to let them see who you really are.
Come on.
Think about that. That's powerful.
Yes.
I know you know all of that.
It's basically being proactive. It's being proactive. It's acting out and responding to situations. Because let's just be honest. There are hard times. There are going to be some hard times.
Yes, it's called life.
Exactly. There are going to be times where I face a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
How I respond to it, however,
Yes.
that makes
It
all the
determines
difference.
everything.
Exactly. And so often we react
Yes.
instead of responding.
That's good.
And so at the end of the day, we are called to
I
be
like
proactive and stop allowing the environment to shape us and begin to shape our
Come on.
environment.
I like that.
Begin to make impact in other people.
Yes.
Because circumstances are going to come.
Yes.
The thing is this what people don't realize. People are watching us. And how we respond to that situation
Is how they're
that
gonna
gives
respond.
Exactly. And so we can in turn give somebody power
Yes.
through by the way we respond to the
Yes.
situations, because people will look at the way you respond and say, okay, if they can respond in that
and
way,
get that result, then
so
maybe
can
if I change the way I respond, I'll change my results.
Exactly. And so I think we really and truly have to learn how to really and truly begin to shape our families, shape our environment, shape our businesses.
Yes.
You know, begin to shape our lives
Yes.
and stop letting life just shape us.
Yes.
And the title of my book is Sweet Lemonade, because
I like
I
that.
said when life throws you lemons, make lemonade, because
do that.
stuff is going to happen.
It is.
It's going to happen, but we can still have joy.
Yes.
We can still experience peace,
Yes.
no matter what is going on. I know what I'm talking about because I've been there, and I'm not talking about what somebody told me. I'm talking about what my life. And so at the end of the day, we can still have peace and say, I'm coming out of this.
Yes.
And this
I like
too
that.
shall pass.
Yes.
And so we have to have that attitude, because I know everybody in this world has been through something in this life
Yes.
that some of us has forgotten about that thing that we wanted to give up in 10 years ago. And we thought it was going to take us out, and look at us now.
Isn't that amazing? Where does that, how does that happen, and how can you forget?
Come on.
Look, like you said, look at me now. You know, and then when you look back at the situation, the journey, you were falling to pieces
Come
and breaking
on.
up and hopeless, couldn't see beyond the circumstance. You know, just heart
Come
just
on.
breaking. You know, not having enough strength to say hello.
Come on. That's right.
And now you look at you now, you're all dressed up
Come on,
and beautified.
that's
You
right.
got friends, real friends.
Come on,
They
come
got
on.
your back, you know. You're happy.
Exactly.
Your needs are being met.
Come on.
How can you not know that there's another level?
on.
Because if you can go from that level to this
Come
one,
on.
you better know this ain't it. There's a
more.
greater level. Yes.
And that's
yes.
where we go. We go from place to place. We go from greater to greater
I
and
like
greater.
that. I
You know
like
what I'm
that.
saying? And then after a while, we end up in greatness.
Yes,
And so
I like
when
that.
we begin to fulfill purpose, we serve. We're serving, and we begin to give back to people based on what we've learned.
It
Those
had a
hardships,
purpose.
they was for
It had a
purpose.
purpose.
Those distractions, they were for purpose. Those stumbling blocks, they were for purpose. But guess what? I've learned from that. And so now I can help somebody else see there is
Yes.
purpose in that. And I know it is
Yes.
because I've been there and done
Yes,
that. And I've come
you're
out.
telling them what you
Exactly.
experienced. You're so right, Lawanda, because if people continue to see their challenges as challenges and not opportunities,
Come on.
the vision is distorted.
Exactly.
They lack vision. It's not in focus, you know. If you, after all that journey and all that
Come on,
pain,
come on.
and you didn't learn anything,
Come on.
you didn't come out with anything you can use,
Exactly.
you got to go back and get your
Come
stuff.
on. That's it. And that's it.
Yeah,
Now that's
you
powerful.
got to go back and get your stuff.
Exactly.
That's sunken treasure.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And sometimes we just have to tell the enemy, you owe me. You in debt to me. Yeah, for real. And I want it. I want
Turn
it.
it loose.
Yes, for real. I'm serious.
I like
and so,
that.
Yeah. And people, I don't think people realize that in giving life to somebody else, if you ever notice most people when they retire, a lot of times they leave.
Yes,
Because they're
yes.
not serving
Yeah.
anymore.
Ooh, wow, they're not living.
And they're
anymore.
not
They're
living.
existing.
Exactly.
Life is for the living.
Exactly.
You got to get up and keep moving and doing and being and having and
Exactly.
creating, like you said.
Exactly.
You can't. We're not designed to sit.
Exactly.
We have too much power, too much life. As long as you're breathing, there's life
There's
left
life.
to do,
Exactly.
to be, to have, to accomplish, to enjoy.
Exactly.
That's a systemic way of thinking, like you talked about. Having that mind set on this is what happens after you retire.
Come on.
Who said that?
It doesn't.
Because
Because
you have all of your mindset,
Come
all of your
on.
strength,
Come on.
all of your creativity. You can still walk and move. Who said now you got to sit and rock? Who said
Exactly.
that?
No.
Why would you yield to that?
just because I might be retired from that, but now I'm going to serve in another way. Now I'm going to give back in another way.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to do things in another way.
Mm-hmm.
But now I can do it and not have the distractions or the
do it my
stress.
way.
Exactly.
Free to do it,
Free to
right?
do it.
Free to do it. Yeah. Purpose is a
Exactly.
powerful
It
thing.
is. It really is.
It is. And it's not something, for our viewers today, purpose is not something for you to agonize over.
Come on.
In discovering. If you just continue to move forward in your life, it will be revealed to you.
Exactly.
I don't even think purpose is something that we should seek.
Come
I
on.
think purpose is something we should allow.
Exactly.
I really do. When we're standing back into the forefront of our lives instead of in the back
Come
corner of our
on.
lives.
Come on.
Sitting in the back seat letting life drive.
Come on.
Then you will be more conscious and more aware of how purpose is revealing itself to you in your everyday experiences, even like right now in this moment. When you finish watching this particular interview, purpose is revealing itself to you. There's no way you can sit here and watch this kind of power and something not change or something not be revealed or your eyes not open to something if you're fully aware.
Come on. And that's
now,
true.
some people, they can watch this and see fire being exchanged and energy being exchanged between two visionaries and go back and fry the chicken.
Come on. No ignition.
Like nothing just
Come
happened.
on. Exactly. Exactly.
Like they didn't see what they saw or heard what they heard, okay?
Come on.
Desensitized. Don't recognize, not fully aware of life. You're just going through the motions.
Just going through the motions.
Showed up with no expectation.
Come on. And that's the thing. A lot of times it's just not enough just to show up.
It's not.
What are you going to do when you show up? What are you going to bring to the table when you show up?
Yeah.
Who's going to be impacted when you show up?
Absolutely. And not, like you said, it's not just in the showing, because sometimes you show up and you sit. Show up and participate.
Come on.
Clap for the speaker.
real, come on.
Tell him he's on point. Take notes.
Come on.
And then review your notes.
Yes.
Don't take notes and then put them down on the floor so you find them under the car seat and
Yes.
This is life. Words are living.
And they are.
And they penetrate.
Yes.
And they produce answers.
Yes.
But we gotta handle what can and value them.
That's right.
We gotta value what
Yes.
we're doing.
Value.
I so enjoyed this conversation with
awesome.
you.
I'm
Tell
so
us
glad
how
to
to say it again.
I'm glad to be here.
Wonderful,
Really. Yeah.
wonderful. It is definitely valuable. Share with our audience how they can find out more about what you do.
You can reach me at Transforming with Lawanda, and also I have some resources on WomenOnFireAcademy.com. That's the website, and my email address is lawandahill.com. So I would love to, and also if you would like some information on talk about more on purpose, keys to purpose, you can also text KEYS, KEYS, to 225-337-0055.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Enjoy the 72 hours of power.
I will. I'm excited. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to pour into somebody, and I'm ready to receive.
Yes. Don't leave that out.
Outpouring. Yes.
Yeah, the outpouring and the inpouring.
That's right.
Awesome. I will see you around. I'll still be here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You must have knew
needed
my
that
mouth
water.
was dry.
I know, right?
I forget in your voice.
Thank you. Great observation.
That was an awesome interview.
Yes. You see, that's what, and I love it because when it's like fire, and ignites. And so when you have two people who are on fire, who talk, it
That's how you
ignites.
know you got it.
Right, you feed off each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God, we could go on to
Come
another
on.
interview. We feed off of each other.
Exactly.
That's reality.
That's it.
We come into contact with people that don't have
Come
that.
on. Yes.
You in their presence, you pouring out, and you leave drained.
Come on.
And they still clueless because they don't have vision.
That's right.
Well, they didn't activate who they truly
Exactly.
were. Nobody comes here empty-handed.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
What are you doing
Exactly.
with what you have? How is it that you could be around the living and
Come
act
on.
dead?
Exactly. And everything dead ought to be what?
Buried. Buried.
And so yeah, at the end of the day, we and you said it, everything we need, we have.
Yes.
We have everything we need. The thing is that we have to really and truly, like you say, we have to look within us and really see. And again, stop worrying about who said what said, when they said it, and start looking within us and start
Yes.
seeing who we are. We have to be awareness. And most of the time, we have to stop walking around blind and realize that we have vision. We have vision. What is the vision?
You know, we act like that because we don't take the time to get to know ourselves. We spend more time with others and afraid to spend 5 minutes with ourselves.
Exactly.
We need to sit ourselves down with a pen and
Come
paper
on.
and ask ourselves some serious questions.
Yes.
Where are you going,
Come
girl?
on.
What are
Some
you
hard
doing?
questions.
What are you doing? What do you want out of life? How long do you want to live and for what? What solution, what contributions are you bringing to the world? How do people view you?
Come on.
Paying attention to what people are saying about you.
Come on.
Everybody can't be wrong.
Come on.
Whether it's good compliments or it's good reinforcement
Come
about
on.
something you need to correct, everybody can't be
That's
wrong.
right.
Another thing, Lawanda, is we don't pay attention or we don't value the information that the people close to us are saying.
Exactly.
How can the people close to you see you going down the wrong road and you think they just saying that because they
Come
don't
on.
like you?
Come on. Exactly.
They've been in your life since forever, and all of a sudden, they don't want to see me happy. What?
Right.
They've
Exactly.
been in your life forever. All they want was happiness for you, and all of a sudden, you're going down the wrong road, and you don't want to hear nobody.
Come on.
No vision.
No vision.
No vision.
And that what you just said is so true. With a lot of people, it's like but that's how they see themselves. Because whatever I expect or see in you is what I see in me. See, if I see greatness in you, that's because I see greatness in me. If I say you can do it, that's because I believe that I can do it.
My
And so
goodness.
our view and our take on other people is really and truly our view and take on ourselves.
You know, that's powerful what you said, because there's a flip side to that, Lawanda. When I'm talking about you, I'm really talking about
That's
me.
right.
Because there's no way I can hate on you and not have
That's
hated
right.
me for
That's
me.
true.
See, that'll shut all of that down when you realize you're doing that to yourself.
Exactly.
You're just revealing that negative self-chatter,
Exactly.
them limiting thoughts that you have in your secret place that you haven't dealt
Come
with.
on.
And when you have these voices going on and you haven't dealt with them, now they be verbalized.
Come
You're
on.
embarrassing
Come
yourself.
on.
You're out in
There you
public.
go.
Girl,
That's
I
right.
can't stand girl this and girl that. Did you see it? Da-da-da. Because you didn't handle it.
Right.
What's being revealed is what was happening in the
That's
secret
right.
place. Them voices that's talking to you about you.
Come on. That's true. And I tell my kids all the time, I say, be careful how you treat people. Be careful what you do to people, because what you do to others, you've done it to yourself. You've done it to yourself.
Cheating, lying, backbiting, devaluing. Where you think that's
Come
coming
on.
from?
That's right.
Out of the abundance of the heart.
Your mouth speaks.
Yeah. You're just loving yourself and you so in alignment with life, and all of a sudden you hating on somebody
Come on.
that you don't even know.
Come on.
She just walked through the door and had on
And-
something that you thought was, oh, she thinks she cute. No, you think she
thought
cute and
that.
got a problem with it.
That's the truth.
That's it. Oh, she thinks she cute. No, you thought she was, but you got a problem with it because you don't think you cute.
Come on.
No, you know she's cute.
Yes. And that's the,
Yes. People need to get real with that
Yes.
stuff, because you are embarrassing yourself when you criticize and insult
Exactly.
others.
And when I minister, I tell people all the time, the real Slim Shady need to stand up, because it's time out for lying to ourselves. It's time out for trying to fool ourselves, because the worst person you can lie to is yourself. You're in trouble if you're lying to yourself.
Oh my God. Yeah, what kind of, who does that? You gonna sit down with yourself and lie to yourself. That's bad. That's bad, but we got to check that, because that's what's happening on a deeper level. You know, we don't see that in the forefront when you show up.
Mm-hmm.
But on a deeper level, those roots, they go deep.
Yeah, they really do.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to deal with them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's deal with them.
It is. And it's a beautiful thing to deal with yourself, because you've released greater versions of yourself.
Yes, and you really
don't be afraid to deal with yourself.
Yes.
You are all that you have. If you see, we lose a lot of things in life.
Yes.
But when you lose yourself, you've lost everything.
You've lost everything. You've lost everything.
So we need to fall back in love with ourselves before we try to fall in love with
Come
somebody
on.
else.
Come on.
Because that's not real love if you don't love yourself.
And the only thing will happen is that you impact somebody's life in a negative way.
I like that. You're so right. You impact their lives, but in a negative way. Because you didn't heal, you didn't talk to yourself.
Exactly.
How you trying to have meetings with other people and you're afraid to talk to yourself. Meet with yourself first.
Yes.
Talk to yourself first. And it's a good thing, viewers. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing to meet with yourself, because you get to discover and you release greater levels of yourself, and you're able to show up better.
Come on. Come on.
You're able to show up in your fullness.
Yes.
And that's what the world needs.
Yes.
And you would appreciate you being great.
Come on. For real. It's true liberty.
Yes.
True freedom. And we are the ones that hold ourselves in bondage.
Absolutely.
We're the ones that hold ourselves captives.
Absolutely.
And when we really and truly be real, it's a freedom.
Yes.
And when we realize everybody don't see me like that. That's me who's looking at myself like that. You know, have you
That's
ever
good.
you ever seen, like, people will say, somebody will say, well, why are they looking at me like that, or why did they do that, or whatever, and it's
They
like,
need to
and
shut
everybody
their
was
mouth.
looking like, nobody was thinking that.
Absolutely.
Like, you, and
Absolutely.
so we're the ones that are holding ourselves
Absolutely.
captive, and so when we realize that it's me, and that really and truly all people want to do is love me, all people want to do is help me.
But you won't let them until you begin to love yourself. You won't allow people. See, that's why I always say, when people say I love you, you really don't love me until you love yourself.
Exactly.
Because you can't give something you don't have.
Come on, I have a shirt that says that.
Yes.
Stop trying to-
Oh, girl.
Yes.
Lawanda, Lawanda, if I ask you for $5 and you don't have it, how can you give it? Why are we walking around just throwing that word out there, I love you, and we hate ourselves? We got to assess that, you know? Because out of that is flowing everything.
Yes.
My business, my
Yes.
family, my life, my health.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful thing. You know, this is our moment, attractive
Come
thinkers, to discover who we truly are.
Come on.
If not now, then when?
Exactly.
When will you allow yourself to be greater? When will you discover the treasure locked within?
Come on.
This is not a bad thing when we talk about sitting with yourself and having that meeting. You have to.
Exactly.
It's a part of life if you want a piece of it.
Come on. Exactly.
It's what we have to, in order to access abundance. Everybody wants abundance, but they don't want to be abundant.
Come on. That's right. And we have to first be abundant. And even with people in business, a lot of times people think that just because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm walking in purpose. I can be out of purpose in other areas of my life. And so the thing is what we have to realize, when we are not walking in purpose, which means we're not taking responsibility for what it is I'm here for, then something dies. Something dies. And then let me show you something, and this is what people don't realize. If something dies, eventually it'll kill me. Okay, let me show you for an example. Let's use divorce. If I'm in a marriage, right, and I'm not giving my husband what he needs, right, I'm killing him in a sense. And so what happens is he screaming out, telling me this is not working. We're on our verge to divorce. That means our marriage is getting ready to die, right? So what happens is if I'm not giving him what he needs, right, eventually when the divorce papers show up, what happens is that begins to destroy me in a sense. And it doesn't matter how I feel, because divorce is like a death. And so it impacts me. So the thing is when I'm not taking responsibility and pursuing purpose in every area of my life, then I begin to kill and destroy things, which will in turn destroy me.
Real talk. Real talk that we don't want to address.
Exactly.
We want to sugarcoat everything, laugh over top of everything, blame everybody else for everything. Yeah, that's real talk. Purpose.
Yes.
Give us the name of your business again and how people can get in touch with you.
Serenity Coaching Alliance. I can be reached at www.transformwithlawanda, and also womenonfireacademy.com. Thanks.
Awesome. Part 2. That was interview part 2. Thank you for staying and sharing. That was awesome.
They serving lunch.
You have your
They serve lunch. What'd you say? Do I have?
you have your band. They were giving our bands, but I think you were talking.
For
You were
lunch,
in
a lunch band?
Yes.
Oh no, I didn't get that.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Awesome.
Nice interview.